I make my own soda pop. Something I do. Let's go make some soda pop. But, the whole point of this is this inauspicious little unit here. It's been a project of mine for the last few years, and it's starting to come together. And by a few years, I mean I had to get that power pole installed. That's like almost 10,000 Canadian dollars, and that's all done and said, to have the place electrified. Just for the electric, it was about 10 grand. The can itself is a little bit unique. It's a 20-foot shipping container. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes out here, so the camera's getting a little jiggle. But, and I am installing a man door into this side. But what's really unique is that the entire 20 feet of this shipping container actually open up. And in the container, got our fridge, where of course I'm going to get the pop from. Typical mechanic shop. I'm not a mechanic, but I do a lot of handy stuff. And we've got the big fatty air compressor on 110 right now, but I can switch that to 220, and I will when I get a chance. Oh, I guess it's been on. Turn that off. Hidden under the gear is a 30 amp plasma cutter, which has been pretty neat. I'm not in anything really heavy for steel. I've got a 180 Lincoln make pack welder here, which ran out of wire. And when I was cutting out the door, as you can see, it looks pretty gnarly down here. That's re-weld, and what I had done accidentally was I had been making cuts with my plasma cutter on the wrong side of a seam, and I was actually cutting into what ends up being this bar stock, and I did it quite extensively, so I have to actually, this bar stock on the left there, which I guess I'll have to fix with my welder when I get more wire in. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so that's going to take a while. And I did it on both sides, so I'm kind of crazy and dumb, and I got to fix my crazy and dumb. But hey, that's how you learn. Education's not free, and I'm going to learn how to not just cut, but also to weld. I'll grind all that metal off, and we'll see what kind of holes are still there when I'm done. I've done some filling, and we'll see how that ends up going. But basically, yeah, a couple of ginormous tool chests that I've been organizing. It's taken me forever. I've got quite a complement of a lot of different hand tools and so on and so forth. And then just junk and storage at the end here. The foam panels are for my 3D printing enclosures. I intend on assembling this winter or fall, hopefully, before it gets too cold to do that, actually. And once that's done, I'll be able to do some pretty heavy-duty 3D printing. And that's a big project, and it's going to take basically me turning those foam panels into an oven. Just some little things I'm working on. I'm also trying to push electricity over to the shack, which is heavily insulated and is heatable up to minus 60 degrees Celsius. It's a tiny little building with a massive thermal efficiency, and it's got 18 inches of insulation in the ceiling, 10 inches of insulation in the walls. It was built for a harsher climate than here, and here it'll be cheap to run, and I intend on having that as potentially a winter grow space ready to go by this fall. So that's one of the projects that I'm working on. The frame in front of it is going to end up probably being a grow space. That's my doggy. Hey doggy, what are you doing? That's my doggy Ziggy. Hey Ziggy puppy. And I love this little guy. He's about 9 months old. He's cute. He has floopy ears. You got floopy ears. And he loves you. And that's kind of the dream, is to basically be able to swing open these doors in the middle of summer and build shit. Anything from building a hot rod to a spaceship to a house to whatever I can in my yard here. Anything up to that tree line over there is my yard. And yeah. And this is kind of, there's the shed over there. And this is all my lot. Last year we slashed up to there. This was just last year. It's already grown like 4 feet of poplar. Like 3 or 4 feet tall already. 1/8 of an inch thick. So I got to come in here and do some reslash. And from here you can see I've got a riverfront property and undisturbed bush in the front there, right on the bank. I don't want to rip anything out or have any of the roots die. So, big fella right there.